I'm back. Look what I've got. I wanted one of these for years. Look at, you can stroke it behind the ears. This one's actually dead. Actually, it's not real. Get out of here. Got the Brightling hat on. I'm like that. This is a Laney IRT. It's a Laney IRT Studio, in fact. That's what they call it. Looks pretty cool to me. It's one of those amps that costs next to nothing, and it's got two EL84s in it and three 12AX7s across here at the front, and this one's a 240 volt jobby. But what you can do is actually you can whiz in here, I think, because it's one of those transformers, a regular transformer, and it's got a 120 link across and 120, and what they tend to do if you want to make a 110 or 120 volt is whip that center thing off and just bridge the two, and then you get half. But listen, hey, I'm not an electrician, so don't quote me on that. Anyway, what's this thing about? Well, this is a metal amp. Look, it's got a girder on it. It would be made in England by Laney, but it isn't. It's made in good old China. And well, we're going to take a look inside it first, so you can get a bit of an idea of what it's all about. Oh, trust me, it's not a pretty sight. Actually, it's not that bad. Comes with JJ tubes in it too, so that's not that bad either. Well, I've got the cover off. It didn't take very long to get that off, really. Nice and simple. It's all tube too, or at least that's what they say. And looking at it here, I've got 3 preamp tubes and 2 power amp tubes. It all looks good. Let's take a closer look inside with the camera. Well, hey, what have we got? 3 preamp tubes, like I said. Top control board, bottom control board. You've got another board here that has 2 EL84s, that's probably what they are, sitting there. And it all looks nice. Oh look, a real transformer. That makes a change, doesn't it? Oh, we've got another real transformer here too. Well, that makes a change too. Well, it's all nice, it's all neat. It's actually looks one of the better Chinese products that I've looked inside. Maybe it's the same for you, maybe it isn't. Some of the ones I've seen, well, it's a nice close look at it. Just a quick look. I haven't got all day. I want to plug it in. There we go. And come on, yeah. Output transformer. Backboard down under there. All the bits around here. There you go. All very nice. Anyway, I'm going to box it back up. Have a quick look at one of them tubes first, eh? As you see, it's fitted with the ruby tubes, and this one's an ECC 83S. Power tubes are ruby tubes, EL84Cs. What more can you say, really? Not a lot. Here it is back together, and it all went back together very easily. So fits nice, does the case, glows in the door, all sorts of things. One of the things I like about it is you can actually have it running, as you can see down here, on 1 watt, on 15 watt. That's 1 watt, it's 15 watt. And you can input clean volume or not clean volume. Nice. You've also got this pre-boost here, which looks nice. This is like a sort of preamp, if you will. Clean volume, rhythm gain, lead gain. You've also got bass, middle and treble on all channels. There's 3 channels, by the way. Rhythm, lead, but there's 3, and there's boost. you can see that these here pulling out. And when they are out, if we zoom out a bit, you can see that they're out, which is nice. Well, that was quite nice. And you can do exactly the same on the top. All very nice. You've got Queen and Rhythm or Lead. By the way, it does come with a foot pedal that allows you to select any one of the 3 channels, plus a reverb, plus I think a loop. I could be wrong on the loop, who knows. You've also got a dynamics control. This affects the overall dynamics of the thing when it's banged out through a speaker cab, really. May work on the direct, I haven't tried that yet, but no doubt we'll check it later. Got an overall tone, amp tone, and we've got a digital reverb that actually I tried one of these before I bought it, and that's quite good. I mean, you can bring it midway, and it's not like, you know, one of them swimming pool type things, which are really bad. Obviously, you've got power, no standby on it. Let's go have a look around the back. Here's around the back. I noticed this one is 230, 240 volts. Another HT fuse there. That's mains, that's HT. You've then got, for this DI, minus 30 dB, which you use really on a rack, on a mixer, and you've got a ground lift, which you can flip off if it's humming or not. Further along, we've got the emulation. So that's a speaker emulation coming out here and here. Off or on. Comes by default on, so I guess that's what people like. Now, on the USB, like I said earlier, it's basically zero latency, so which means that you hear what you play rather than some sort of little delay that's going on in there. And one channel is the amp in its glory, and the other channel is recorded clean, and this is the dry record gain. So if you push it into, say, Cubase, you can have one side as it really sounds and the other side clean, so you could reamp or do one or two things with it really. There's a reamp sound. Source is USB or amp. Okay. You've got a phones and you've got a level, and you've got a CD MP3 in too, which I suppose could be useful for some, not useful for me. FX loop, minus 10, 0 dB, or just bypassed, in case you don't want to use that. Get a remote, you get the pedal with it like I said, and the loudspeakers either 8 or 16. So there you have it. And another interesting thing about this, you can actually play it without any speakers fitted at all. That's quite nice. It's got a dummy load inside. I just want to talk a little bit more about the this dummy load, so you don't have to fit a speaker when you turn it on. That sounds an awesome thing. Well, it is an awesome thing, but not quite as you know it, for very good reason. Yeah, you can see here, down at the front, that you've got a 1 watt in the bottom input and 15 watt in the top input. Whoa, sounds great. Well, it does, but not as we know it. Because when you don't have a speaker connected, what actually happens, you can like this, much as I do. It doesn't matter which one you plug it into, it's 1 watt. So the 1 watt resistor they've got in the back works at 1 watt. Well, it's a bit less than 1 watt, it says here less than 1 watt. And it is. So bear in mind that if there's no speaker, it doesn't matter what you do, it's 1 watt or less. Or less, and I suspect less, because the resistor said 1 watt on it. And they won't put 1 watt into 1 watt, they'll put less into 1 watt. As it goes. Which it could do. I also like this, it says Laney across the top, and you can see these tubes in it, these tubes in here, or valves they call them in England. And it's all cut out very nice with a capital, I don't know, looks like an I for Ironheart, looks like a girder. It's probably what it is. There's one on the front too. And for the £365 that I paid, it's a veritable bargain, right? Compared to some of the racks I've had to buy over the years, and I can tell you about them. Oh, no, maybe I shouldn't. So I think what we can do is take it out and have a go out there. Oh, just before I do go in there, I want to show you something else. It's got a little flimsy manual. Oh, it would have, wouldn't it? And you don't need any special drivers or anything. You know, it's plugged in and away it goes. It's fantastic if you're into PC stuff. It also comes with a case, so you can open this up, lug it around in that. That was a good idea, I think, especially for your 365 quid. That's about $470, $480, something like that. You also get this big fat box. Whoa, what do we get in here? I'm excited. Well, we get 2 dog ears, because while this looks a bit like a rack, it is a rack, and you can put the supplied ears on it for free because they come with it. That's nice. It's a nice touch, isn't it? You also get a mains lead, correct one for the country, by the way. None of this funny plug mode. This is a real English plug. Fancy that. Wire to connect your control pedal. Oh, it's good. Yeah, it is good. You get lead, clean, reverb and boost. Well, I suppose clean, lead and boost is 3 channels. That's how they see it anyway. So there it is. Very nice. Oh, you can press 2 and get a rhythm. So you've got a boost as well. So that's 4 channels. Sort of. In any case, for the money, it's great. And that's the whole point of this, Laney. What you pay and what you get. Just throw that on the floor. It's a great piece of kit. I'm sure there'll be one coming to somewhere near you soon. You want to check this thing out. Honestly, great for the money. Really awesome. Oh. Let's take it out there and see how it sounds. I nearly fell asleep. Now listen, I'm not going to go and play this for 10 hours or anything and give you hours of demos. I'm not going to waste my time doing that. You can go and plug one in at the shop. I'll give you a quick demo, but it's going to be nothing special. None of mine ever are, but don't worry. You'll still get to hear the tone. It'll be just coming straight out the speaker here, straight into that microphone there, right in front of the camera. Okay, it's a little bit of the clean sound. Rhythm. You hear it. It's in a stratty mode. Turn that off. play this in a more of a sort of rhythm sort of lead. It is in the lead channel, but you've got to boost as well. It takes it even further. You see the switch in and out. This is like a pre-boost, a bit like a preamp, a bit like a pedal, if you will. So you can hear it. It has some nice bottom end tones. I'm not going to crank it too loud because of the speakers and things. But you can hear it. Let's see what the tone we got. If you drop it back in this mode, nice tones. Then we got that boost we were talking about. You kick that in. Now you got this sort of preamp thing, like I said. Sounds nice, man. I'm back! What would I think about it? Well, it's a low-cost product, right? It's made in China. It doesn't have a very good chassis, as you'll see from the other pictures that we took of inside. Decent tubes, JJ tubes. It's got loads of features and benefits for any budding guitarist. You can do the heavy stuff as well as the more laid-back stuff. Which is quite nice, really. Well, what else can you do? Well, you can do that recording, that's awesome. You can put it straight into the desk, that's awesome. And what do you want for the money? I think it was about, the street price I paid, let's put it this way, it's less than $600 here in the UK, so that's equivalent to about £400. So you can buy them for say $399 or $600. You might get it a bit cheaper in the States, $550 or something like that. For the money, it's awesome. The cab isn't bad either. The cab uses H&H speakers. It's rated quite highly, so it's rated much higher than this. You can use the 60 or the 100 watt, as it's 120. It doesn't really matter. But the Ironheart head, you can put them straight on this cab, which is quite nice, and you can stack a couple of cabs and things like that. So, as an overall piece of kit, I would rate this at about. Actually, I'd rate it about 7 out of 10. Now, I've used amps at just the other side of this room, 10 out of 10. But for what you're paying and what you're getting, it's great. I asked the Laney guy on the stand when I bought this, or when I was buying it, when he pointed me for the deal, because they don't sell direct. And he actually told me, he said, oh, it's made in China. And he had no problem in saying that, whereas what you get with some manufacturers, Marshall have highlighted recently, some of those amp makers, especially in England, maybe in America too, they're saying, made in England, but in fact they're made in China and a couple of bits thrown in England just to make them, so they can say they're English. Well, that's a bit of To me, that's a bit misleading. I think what you want, if it's made in England, it's made in England. And if you look at the top end Marshall amps, they're made in England. There's no ifs or buts about that. I've been around the factory. Go and check on this channel. Indeed, it's a great review of walking around the factory and seeing exactly what they do. But coming back to Laney, I haven't been around Laney. It's pointless going around Laney looking for this because they don't make it here. Like I said, it's a Chinese product. So overall, 7 out of 10. I can recommend it as long as you're not going to be throwing it around by every 2 or 3 minutes of the day. It's only a 15 watt. It's called a studio, so I'd say that it works very nice in the studio. You don't tend to throw things around in this environment. So that's it. That's the Laney IRT Studio. Hope you liked it. Rock and roll. Go and check the website. I'm going to do a written review on this. It'll probably be better than what any video is. And my channel, it's got loads of other stuff as well. So loads of stuff coming online. And rock and roll.